morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. It's lovely Ruth here with another video. I'm on here super early. Actually, it's not super early. It's noon. I had been practicing a virtual interview, actually a video interview for a company that I may like to work for. Who knows? There's a lot of opportunities coming to me, but some of them are for you, some of them are. So I was recording, right? And I'm like having to explain why I want to work for this company. So doing it face to face with somebody makes me nervous, but doing it on a video it made me nervous also. So even though I get on here and I do self talks, right, with people, I mean, I'm talking to an audience, but for me, it's like I'm talking to myself first. It's like I'm looking at myself, um, talking about the things that I want to talk about, right? And I'm building my self-esteem and I'm building confidence of getting before an audience and speaking. And a lot of people can't do that. And I think that this particular year, I've come out of my shell as far as speaking in front of people. Um, I was working at Macy's for a little while in the executive offices, right? So I had to plan the safety meetings and organize the safety meetings and talk in front of everybody and present the safety, standards or whatever. And I did this once a month, but it was huge to me because it was like I have to put my shyness and timidness away and present this report, right? So it's very scary. I mean, it's not easy to do when you're not used to doing it, but you can get used to doing it. It's like what could happen, and if you're standing there and you're talking, I fumble over my words all the time. So you're gonna make mistakes. You're human. So I think I did pretty good the couple of times that I did it. Uh, I've gotten used to it and I already know, the bylines of, how to present it. But videotaping is that's a different animal. I mean, you're behind the camera and the interview is like this is your interview. This is what you're gonna show whoever's gonna interview you next. And it's like I was nervous because I was having to put all of those things out there about how I feel about a job or my past job and the skills and the hats that I wore and all of it up front. And I should have prepared last night, but I didn't. So I gave it over to God. So let's see what He says about that interview. Excuse me. It's July 13th. We are moving up on out of this year. And I think we have so much more to look forward to this year. A lot of possibilities, a lot of opportunities, things to look forward to, people to look forward to meeting, a lot of good things. So we're just gonna keep it positive. We're not gonna even worry about what we're in, our situations, and I always say this, our situations are not bigger than God. Our circumstances are not bigger than God. My God is bigger than my circumstance. And I know He will work things out, regardless of if I don't see how He's going to work things out. And I always tell you guys that I always get on here and try to keep it positive, but I be going through it. I mean, I have been through some spiritual warfare recently that would really blow your mind. And for me to stay composed and keep my posture and keep my wits about me and not, you know, give up. And I mean, it was sometimes, there are times that I feel recently, a couple of days ago, I felt defeated. I felt like, I don't know, I'm gonna give up. I wanted to go into that stage where you feel suicidal and you feel like I'm just gonna stay in bed and keep the covers over my head, that kind of stuff. It was like very depressing stuff, but I won't allow. And I know you guys probably think I'm crazy when I say this because you can't control your mental, capacity or whatever. But I literally said to myself, told myself time and time again that I will not allow myself to be depressed because there is nothing there is nothing, and sometimes it just everything's so overwhelming. There is nothing that's going to keep me in that mode, that state of mind, because if you get there, you can drown in that. It can become you. So I always find myself when I say the word deep, and I'll stop myself. No, I'm not depressed. I'm not depressed. I won't even say it. I'm not going to go there. I'm going to deal with this. I'm going to take it to God. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it to somebody. I'm going to vent to somebody, either my older sister or my son. Somebody is going to be there to receive how I'm feeling, so it won't be inside, and I'm not walking around with it or carrying it around with me or carrying it on my shoulder. People that you meet can see your aura, or they can see or feel your energy. And it's like nobody want to be around that. I mean, people go the other way when they feel the intensity of what you're carrying. A good example of that is, say for instance, I one day I got up and I said, you know, little to no money. I did have a few dollars, and I said, I'm gonna go to the movies. I said, I'm gonna give myself a chance to be free and not worry and just go enjoy myself by myself. I'm like, I'm gonna go to the movies. And I went, um, got dressed, put on my best. I was comfortable. I said, I'm gonna look good because I still want to feel good. And I got dressed and put on my little outfit or whatever. And then I went and combed my hair and put on my makeup, put on my sandals, and went out the door. I called ahead because I had to see how much the movies. I never paid for a movie for myself. So I went and I said, I only have this amount of money, so I'm going to just make sure I get my ticket. I don't have to eat. I just want to be out in the atmosphere and enjoy this movie, right? And I did pay for my ticket, went in the thing, and sit there, right? And you be like, she's gonna laugh at this. You be honestly saying, "Oh, I hope don't nobody sit in front of me. I hope don't nobody sit next to me that's loud and obnoxious, or talking loud or talking during the movie or texting whatever." Because you want to go and enjoy the movie, right? I wanted my mind focused on that movie and just let it flow in, and which it was a good movie. And of course, these people came in and they sat up in the room for me. And then they said, "Oh, we're in the room." And they came sit right next to me, right? It was a chair in between us. And it's so funny. I'm telling y'all this story because it's a true story. And the lady that sat next to me, I took my purse and put it on the side because I didn't want her to feel like I'm taking her space, right? So she comes and she puts her purse there and her popcorn or whatever. And that popcorn was smelling so good. It was like I can't. Why this lady put in this popcorn next to me? I couldn't afford popcorn or a drink that day. I was just wanting to go to the movie. So she was eating and talking to her people in every jump screen, and I told every jump screen she said, ah! It wasn't a scary movie, so it was like I was like, but it was funny to me, and I laughed, but it was like I didn't expect that, right? So the movie goes out and people leave and or whatever. I sit there for a second, then I get up and leave. And right after I go out the thing, they come out, right? And she stops me and she said, "Hey," she introduced herself and she goes to the movie and whatever. Beautiful woman. You could just feel her energy. She just was a great person. And I was like, what's going on here? No, nobody ever stopped me and talked to me like that. I'm just, in my mind, I was like dishing her, like what's so scary about this movie? And she was so kind, and we exchanged numbers. And if she don't know it, she will know it. That's my uh new BFF. That's my girl. She got a pretty big heart. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't expecting that. And if I would have wore my depression or whatever I had, that energy, that sadness of defeated energy that I had about me, people won't approach you. People won't give you that, that feedback that you get or compliments or whatever you get in a run of a day, they won't give you that because of what you're carrying. So you have to be careful of the type of energy you're putting on people or you carrying. So I thought that was so funny, and I text her practically every day. I'm getting ready to text her now. To let her know I'm okay and see how she's doing, because she invited me to a movie last weekend and I couldn't go. Lord knows my money is non-existent right now. So I don't know, how I'm gonna do it. So, but I'm telling her, I told her, I'm going through some stuff. I don't want to involve her, but I'm going through some stuff right now that I need to, you know, handle, and then we can just start hanging out or whatever. And she wants to hang out and I want to hang out with her too. I mean, I really want to experience new people, new places, new things to do, and all of that stuff. But I and God was showing me, this stuff is out there. Go ahead and live your life. I'm single. I can do this. I'm pre-retired. I'm not really retired because I got to make some ends meet, right? So I can still, I have the time and ability to get out there and do stuff like that movie. I know I went to the movies after that too with my grandson. Of course, he paid the bill. I'm a freeloader, right? And I don't want to be a freeloader to her, so I won't go out with my friends and freeload. I mean, I feel really, really bad about them trying to help. I don't want to be that person. I want to be up where I can treat them. I want to treat them. And I have to pour into myself a little bit more. I need a little bit more growing to do with myself. I have to start back, putting things into me instead of giving it all away to my family and my other people or other things that, you know, where are they now when you're at this level of almost feeling defeated or at your lowest of the low. And but what I've learned is it's not on them, it's not their responsibility to look after me. Then why do I always feel like I have to look after people, which I feel like I do? That's never going to change about me. But I have to also think in the sense that I have to give to myself first. If I don't have it, I don't have it to give. So I have to pour into my own cup. I know we talked about this before. I have to pour into myself. I have to give myself that love, that nutrition, that comfort. Sometimes you just gotta hug yourself, and you gotta hug other people because sometimes people just need a hug, and sometimes you just need a hug. And it's not all about giving, giving, giving. um it's about receiving as well, and I don't know how to receive because I've never gotten anything. The occasional hug, the occasional how you doing, I miss you or whatever, it's there, but is it genuine? Because you want to give, even in relationships, like if the man that I'm expecting to meet or not expecting to meet, or if I meet him, I want to be at a point where I'm ready for him or he's ready for me. I don't want to have to grow to meet him. I don't have to grow to meet him. I want to be on that level, right? We talked about that too. I want to be, it's got to be this. It's got to be give just as much as you give, you receive. It's like he gives, you receive, you give, he receives. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be, you know, equal. I mean, not equal, I don't want to say the word equal, but it's got to be just as much giving and receiving you get is how much he needs. You know what I'm saying? So, um, that in itself made me think, or makes me think, that if I don't feel like I'm enough, how am I going to contribute to a relationship if I'm feeling like I'm not enough? This man would have to feed into me all the time and do things for me and make me feel, or try to complete me and try to put things in my mind to where I feel confident enough to deal with him. And I don't want that. I want to be whole by myself. I want to be filled with whatever it is that I need for myself to be an individual, to be strong, and to be, um, you know, fulfilled within myself. I mean, I think that's why I keep meeting these people that they're just there. They're just there to be there. They're just in the way, I want to say. And that's mean. That's mean to say, but they're just in your way. They're keeping you where you are, and you don't want to stay where you are. I don't care how old or how young you are. You don't want to stay where you're at. You want to evolve. You want to learn things. You want to become things. You know, you want to be the best person you could be, the best mom you could be, the best friend you can be, the best coworker or boss you could be, right? But you can't be any of those things if you're not pouring into yourself. You know, you're not giving yourself what you need. um, is keeping you stagnant. It's keeping you right where you are. So in order to grow, my definition of growing is feeding myself. You know, feeding myself the knowledge, getting to know people. You know, stay out of my brain because my brain, my thoughts are. It's just they just way up there, and I don't know. I had to get that. I don't know how in the world that I made it this far without knowing that. You know what I'm saying? God will keep you in his perfect ways. So, yeah, that's what I've learned, and that's what I am uh, working on right now with myself, within myself. And so I want to say this, love on yourself. When I always say love on yourself in these videos, I mean just that. I mean just that. Love your eyes, love your head, your hair, your lips, your body. You know, we're in this temporary cocoon. We're in this body. You know, it's borrowed. It's gonna hurt itself. It's gonna get older. It's gonna get wise. It's gonna get wrinkled. It's probably perfect, you know, in somebody's eyes, but you know, it's just temporary. It's just a temporary shell. So take care of it. It's not yours. Your body is not yours. It belongs to the Lord. So take care of it. And I mean, really take care of it. Like give it the things that it needs. Um, as far as health is concerned, right? So give back to yourself. Give yourself some emotional support. You know, give yourself some emotional support. You know, don't be all over the place and worried about all of these things that you can't do anything about. So you engulf yourself with these things and how people feel and how people are feeling, and you walk on eggshells on how people, your day depends on how people feel about you. That don't really make sense to me. So I want to know, what are you doing for yourself that makes you feel like I want to spring up out the bed because I know this is going to be that day that I meet somebody, or this is going to be that day that I learn something new or experience something new that I hadn't experienced. And I look forward to that. And what I feed off is making myself feel good about myself. Yeah. No matter the height, no matter the weight, no matter nothing. If you feel good in your body, if you feel good, then you should feel good. That's your priority. That's your, you know, you can feel good. It's okay to feel good. Don't feel guilty about taking care of yourself and somebody else looking, you know, like this. You can offer help, but it's got to come within. They got to want to be good or feel good about themselves. They got to want to increase their self-esteem and confidence. And I can honestly tell you right now, I'm working on my confidence. I am out there working on my confidence, because if I don't have confidence, people can see that too. If I don't have confidence in myself and I walk around with my head down, if I come around a good man, I see a good looking man in the store or passing him in the parking lot or whatever, and I'm looking down like I'm not worthy to look him up in his eyes, or stand as tall as I can and face him, or smile at him even, or anyone at that matters, even a kid need a smile. And what you're showing the world is you're not worthy to be where you are, and you are worthy to be wherever you are. Gas station, store, museum, movie, um somebody's barbecue, or in a or party or whatever. You're worthy. And it took me a while to see this. You're worthy of being there just as much as anybody else. Don't let your emotions or intimidation or whatever you have within you wipe you out of being in the same room as others, that awkwardness. And don't make any situation, I don't care what it is, don't make it awkward, because guess what? It's just temporary. It's just passing. It's just nothing is going to stay in its place. Nothing, everything has to evolve, everything has to change. So you can't sweat the small stuff. If you had a bad experience with a guy in the past and recently or whenever, and this didn't work out or whatever, you can't cling on to that. Go to the next. Go ride a bike. Go walk in the park. Go to the gym. Go do anything that make you and your self confidence better. Better. Always better yourself. Look at your errors. Okay. All right. I know what I did. Even in job um appointments, like job interviews or whatever, and you want these people to call you back because you want to see how you did. Even if they don't want you, you want to see your errors or whatever, what mistakes, so you can better yourself. Same with relationships, same with people. They tell you what you did wrong, or if they say or whatever, or reject you or whatever, you're learning a lesson from them. So don't take it personal. Don't ever take it personal. It was like some of my years ago working on this job, and I would just hate to mess up. I would just beat myself up for making mistakes. And it took one of my supervisors, he told me, he said, don't take this home with you. It's just a job. Don't take it personally. Don't take it home to your family, your kids, or whatever. Let it go. When you walk out the door, leave that company where it is, because no, your family is important. So I'm like, I got that. I really got that. And as I got older, I was like, I took a lot of stuff home. I took a lot of personal stuff, icky stuff, nasty, bickering women. I can't stand that as of today. But I learned how to fight my battles with that. I learned how to deal with those people that don't have nothing else better to do but to make your life miserable. But don't look at it that way. Don't look at it like they trying to set out to make your life miserable. Guess what? Their life is miserable. They just want you, they want to add you in it. You know what I'm saying? So, girl, um, yeah, that's them. That's on them, how they feel or whatever's going on in their house. Only thing that you could do for them is pray for them. Pray for them and just let it fall off. You mean like don't take it home with you? It's not birthday. You can't. It can't be personal because they're not sleeping with you. They're not paying your bills. They're not doing any of those things to help you in your life. So why are you worried about what's going on with them? Bless them. Bless the situation, bless them, and just move on. And so that's a way to grow. I think that's a way we all need to learn how to be, because if we want growth in our lives, we want to better ourselves and we want to pour into ourselves. One of the things that you should pour into yourself is that the fact that you are who you are, and you're not going to change that for anybody. Only person that can change you is you. It don't matter what they say about you or how you feel about them or whatever. Only thing that can change you is you. You can't change for your husband. You can't change for your pastor. You can't change for your sisters and brothers. You are who you are, who God made you to be. So if you want to change, change for you better for yourself. Change for you. Better yourself. Don't go from good to worse. Go from worse to good to better. Right? So I said all that to end it with, you know, when I say love on yourself, I mean, okay, let me clear this up, because I was sitting here yesterday thinking, love, love can be great. God is love. Love can be really, really great. It's supposed to be heavenly. Love is heaven, right? Love, God's can't go wrong with love. But love can hurt sometimes. And I was sitting here saying, wow, how come love can hurt? Love, if you take it the wrong way, and if you're infatuated by it, or you loving the wrong person, you don't have the the best interpretation of love, because love is associated with God to me. But if you sit here and love the wrong person or love somebody because of your self-esteem, it's how you're taking it in. it can hurt you. It can make you feel some kind of way. It can make you kill yourself. It can make you hurt others. It's just it's how you receiving it or how you perceiving of it, how you're perceiving of it. So love is supposed to be good and kind and warm and sweet and forgiving and all these good, beautiful things, right? And then we can distort it and make it out of something that, ugh, it's not empowering. It's not powerful here. It is more powerful here on the level of God. So, yes, love can hurt when it's utilized by the wrong person. People could inflict the bad type of love on a wrong type of love on you, and you're thinking, "Oh, I have to love that person." The only person you have to really love is God and yourself. I said that. Only person, and of course God, is yourself. Love you. That way you can tell the difference, and you can know how to love somebody, and you can receive love, and you can give love. You know what I'm saying? That was an old song by my favorite group, Earth, Wind, and Fire, right? Said, um, you gotta give, you gotta give love to receive love, or something to that nature. I gotta look that up, but it always told me that you have to be in a position to love in order to receive love. That's the message that I got out of that. And if you're not in a position, meaning you don't love yourself, you can't love others. And you can't even receive it from other people. So get yourself there. Love on yourself. Love you. Love who you are and everything about you and everything with you and everything that you have, everything that you went through. It's all an experience, and take it and love with it. You know, love with it. Love yourself. Pour into yourself. Right? Okay, I gotta go. I gotta go. All these bells and whistles going off on my phone. People are looking for me, I guess. And let me share my love. Let me share me today. So take care of yourself. Go out there and do some positive, productive, positive, maybe. Um, love somebody, right? And I will talk to you guys in a later video. Bye. Love you.